Alright guys, welcome to the first episode of rapid response videos where I take one of your comments and I make maybe 5 to 10 minute videos about them, give or take. Some videos I might do multiple comments and some videos I might do one. This is a great way to make sure I always get more content out there for you guys and there's always something to discuss. So the comment I want to focus on for this video is by a Maze, who says, do you think the trend of every DC theatrically released film since Shazam 2019 will hinder Superman Legacy's potential to attract a wide enough audience to launch the new DCU successfully, especially with the MCU also doing poorly due to their low-quality superhero movies releasing so often? So I think this has a lot of context behind it and a lot of discussion that could be had that could easily make this video over 20-30 minutes long. But going off of the specific details, the DC theatrical misses and the MCU recent quality superhero movie misses, yes, I do believe Superman Legacy has an uphill battle given these performances, but also, of course, given other details that we won't get into in this video. DC has theatrically not done well since 2019, and you could argue, oh, well, the Batman did really well. That is a fair point, but that's not a connected universe film. Also not a connected universe film was The Joker. Those are two movies that sit outside of connectivity. They're its own creative storytelling. It does not need to fit in a wider universe. You don't need to strip creativity from those people just to ensure that, oh, this better line up with movie 1 and lead into movie 6. I think the general audience and a lot of the fan base over the past couple of years have specifically told this studio, we don't really care about a connected universe with DC. You've tried and tried and tried, you've ruined and ruined and ruined, and now you've destroyed any interest I might have in watching you start from year 1 going all the way through year 10 to build up one massive threat. You could also sit here and say, since 2019, Shazam, Black Adam, Suicide Squad, Blue Beetle, The Flash, and many more. These are not Superman. Superman is a bigger character than the characters I just listed there. If Shazam is going to make $300 million at the box office, Superman at the very least has to cash in about $600 million, right? I don't necessarily think that's the case. And I would not be surprised if Superman's legacy is ruined by a Superman Legacy film trying to attract all audiences to get back into the character, since I do quite often say, and I do honestly think, Superman is not as big of a character as many people believe him to be. As I always say, Batman is the type of character that you can nearly do anything you want with him, and more often than not, people are going to like it. You can make a movie, a show, a game, a comic book, and it will sell no matter what. Superman does not work that same way. You have too many people who don't care about Superman, too many people who feel like Superman should be changed and be more interesting, and you have too many people who want Superman to stay the same way he was back in the 50s and 60s. I do personally find it hard to believe that you have about 8-9 DCEU flops in a row, and the minute Superman Legacy comes around, another film that's supposed to be in a connected universe, that is a reboot from the DCEU but still shares certain similarities, is immediately going to change the climate of this universe, of this studio, and be a billion-dollar winner. I don't see how that's going to happen. And speaking with the MCU side of things, we've seen enough lately people talking about, is there a fatigue of superhero films? And I still do believe there is, more so on the side though that it's a fatigue of poor storytelling, bad projects, horrible CGI. We are sick and tired of seeing the same plotted storylines of A, B, and C. We're sick and tired of seeing unfinished projects. There is a particular fatigue there. But if there's something I have to give credit for for the MCU. It is the simple fact that as low as the MCU drops, they still have enough of a returning audience to their brand, and they've built up their brand so vastly that even if the MCU has hit an all-time low, in which people would argue the MCU has hit an all-time low, they could still return with a fire, as it almost seems like they're doing right now, and bring everyone back to the theaters to watch their projects. The MCU has earned that. DC has not. You cannot expect to create a Superman legacy film just for everyone to funnel back into your theater to say, oh my god, a brand new Superman movie, a different actor playing Superman in which we did not want in the first place, after we as fans got screwed over with so much Henry Cavill drama, to the point where the studio literally announces his return and not even 2 months later they can him. Lately, we've seen, oh, the MCU's dying. It's dead. This is the path forward for the DCU. That certainly does not seem to be the case. Yes, some of their most recent films have not done well at all, but what do you expect from a Captain Marvel 2 film when people didn't even want Captain Marvel 1 in the first place? Oh, well, Tyrell, it made $1 billion in the box office. Yeah, because it was a little snack before Endgame. People had Infinity War. They wanted something that they could dabble with in between the 1 year wait. Let's give them Captain Marvel. That's not because Captain Marvel was an objectively good film. That is simply because we need more content. I can't wait a full year for another Avengers movie with absolutely no Marvel storyline to sink my teeth into. Marvel had us. They knew fans and general audience were going to eat up whatever they were going to do until Avengers Endgame came out. But like I said, even if you want to look at the failures of some of these recent MCU movies, look at what they're doing right now. That Deadpool 3 with Wolverine, I would not be surprised if that breaks some records. The X-Men 97 cartoon, the trailer for it, let alone, is more views than some trailers for movies, and big movies too. The Fantastic Four casting just dropped, and yes, in a little bit more of a different way than usual movies and castings get announced, but still a big enough announcement that now draws more attention to an MCU that already has a storyline from 2008 than a DCU who doesn't even have a storyline in the first place, but has a messy storyline starting from 2018 and onward. Like I said, it's a fascinating conversation to have because there's so many other things we can link to DC and Superman Legacy. I love DC. I want to see this world succeed. I want to see DC characters flourish the way I believe they can. I don't really like James Gunn, but that's not going to make me feel like the DCU has to fail. I don't want it to fail. I just honestly look at the climate of this studio and this franchise, and I don't see how it will succeed. Not right now, at the very least. But there you go, guys. That is the first video of a rapid response. Now, if you guys want to get your comments in, some questions, you want me to make a video about something you have to say, make sure you go to my most recent community post and put your comment in there. I'll compile all your comments and get around to them as much as I can. So everyone, that is all I have for you on this one. Make sure to leave your comments below, and I will talk to you all very soon.